Hey guys, Tiny Tom Logan back. This is going to be the review on the 5870 that I spoke to you all about before. And I've taken a lot of your comments on board, so I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get it all in this video. Now, this is probably going to be one of the hardest videos I've ever done. Obviously there's a lot of data that we need to get across, and I don't just want to have loads of videos of just games. Or you know, it's quite difficult for me to be able to show the frames per second difference just in a video. It's easier for me to show you graphs and results and tell you what I thought. I was originally going to just have this with the ATIs, because the cards that we're going to be using, I've got 1GB 4870 Ice Q4 made by HIS. I've got a pair of these to run in Crossfire. Two 4890s Asus, 1GB also. What we're going to do, because of a lot of your comments, I'm going to be running these at stock, and I'm going to be overclocking them. From prior testing, I know these whiz right the way to 1000 MHz without a problem, so a gigahertz on the core, and it's normally something that a lot of the 4890s should be capable of. Now, these being engineering samples, because Asus sent these to me, they do clock like Billy-O. Now, not all of them do that, so I'm not going to bother running the clocks. It's silly. I'm going to keep it to 1000 because that's what most of you should be able to do also. Excuse me. Obviously, we've got the Gigabyte 5870, and it's a monster of a card. I mean, if we put this up against the 4890, you can see there's a good couple of 3 inches that they hang out the top there. It's ginormous. But also, a lot of you guys out there, I mean, I'm a bit of an ATI fan when it comes to gaming, but quite a lot of the comments said that you wanted me to chuck an Nvidia card in there. Now, a 260, a GTX 260 would only roughly come up to, like, it's roughly about the same sort of power as a 4870, so that wasn't really going to cut it. Now, just because you asked, one of the forum members on Overclock 3D was selling a 285, so I bought his 285 off of him just for this test. Obviously it's the single most powerful card that they do with a single core. A 295 would have been cheating, so obviously that's double core, and then really we could have said that the 295 we could have used a 5970. So yeah, we kept it to the single card, so I got a 285. It was also the only thing that I could afford. So the testing, we're going to do two 4870s in Crossfire, two 4890s in Crossfire at stock, two 4890s in Crossfire with 1000 MHz on the core. We're going to do a HD 5870, so the new 5870 on its own, and we're also going to do a GTX 285 on its own. The games that we're going to be playing are two of my favourites, Grid and Shift. Then we're also going to be playing Call of Duty 4, obviously there's still thousands of you out there that are still playing it, Unreal Tournament 3 and Fallout 3. So we're going to have all the results for all the cards across all of those games. Now, something that I have just recently found out is that Shift isn't greatly coded at the moment and it needs patching, and basically what I mean by that is Grid doesn't use both cards if you put them in Crossfire. It'll only use one card will stay dormant. So the video that I'm going to show you throughout the testing, because I just wanted to use one game, I'm going to show you Grid, because that's something I can play really easily. And you can generally see the difference in frame rates, like whizzing around corners and stuff like that. So we're going to do, the only game that I'm going to show you right the way through the videos is Grid. But we'll still have all the benchmarks and everything from all the others. Now, the test system is I've changed the motherboard for my case reviews. I'm now using a 775 Maximus Formula X38, so that's where the Crossfire comes in. We've got Q6600 in there, which I've also overclocked to 3.6 GHz, 400 front side bus. We've got 4GB of 1066 Corsair Dominator, 1000 watt power supply. The games are all installed on the Velociraptor. Obviously we won't be doing CPU temps, but I've got a H50 in here which I'm doing a long-term test on at the moment to see how I get on with it. The games will all be played on a 24-inch monitor. This is a Samsung T240, so it's going to be 1920 by 1200. The games, to keep it fair throughout, what I decided to do is I'm going to turn every single game up to max. So all of the filters, everything is as high as I possibly can do, because as soon as you start trying to make them different or have them on low, it's pointless. So we've maxed every single game out. Obviously going to be playing with the Cooler Master mouse because I'm still loving this. And then just a Logitech illuminated keyboard, which obviously doesn't really matter, but yeah, that's going to be in there as well. So, just to reiterate, all these cards on all the games. I'm not sure how many videos this is going to roll into, so we'll see how we get on. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start at the 4870s and work my way up. So I will be back later with an update for you. For now at least, Tiny Tom Logan.